By 6, the clouds had unraveled and we could see stars and a sliver of moon. God's fingernail, the old-timers say. We ate our steaks for dinner, along with plenty of Wonder Bread to sop up the juice, then went out to the clearing. We didn't talk about it, just went. We stood there for maybe half an hour, craning our necks. There were no lights, no saucers, no flying cigars. We went back inside. Butch found a pack of bicycles in the living room cabinet, and we played cribbage until almost 10 o'clock. I can hear the Jalassi even in here, I said, as we finished the last hand. I know. That rain didn't do the bridge any help. Why is there a fucking bridge there anyway? Did you ever ask yourself that? I think someone had an idea for a development back in the 60s, or pulpers. They must have clear-cut these woods back before World War I. You think about hunting one more day and going back. I had an idea he was thinking of more than going home, most likely empty-handed. Seeing those lights in the clouds had done something to him. Could have done something to both of us. I'm not going to call it a come-to-Jesus moment. It's just that maybe you see something, lights in the sky, or a certain shadow at a certain time of day, how it lies across your path. You take it as a sign and decide to move along. You say to yourself that when I was a child, I spoke as a child, understood as a child, thought as a child, but there comes a time to put away childish things. Or it could have been nothing. Blair? Sure. One more day, then we go back. I have to clean the gutters before the snow flies, and I keep putting it off. The next day was cool and clear and perfect for hunting, but neither of us saw so much as a single flick of a single whitetail. I heard no bird song, just the occasional crow call. I kept an eye out for squirrels, but didn't see any. I didn't even see a chipmunk, and the woods should have been full of their scurry. I heard some gunshots, but they were far away, near the lake, and hunters shooting didn't mean they were shooting at deer. Sometimes guys get bored and just want to let off a round or two, especially if they've decided there's no game to scare away. We met back at the cabin for lunch, then went out together. We no longer expected to see deer, and we didn't, but it was a fine day to be outdoors. We walked along the creek for a mile or so, then sat on a fallen log and opened cans of bud. This just isn't natural, Butch said. I don't care for it much. I'd say drive out this afternoon, but by the time we got loaded up it'd be dark, and I don't trust Nellie Bell's headlights on those woods roads. A sudden breeze kicked up, rattling leaves off the trees. The sound made me startle and look over my shoulder. Butch did too. Then we looked at each other and laughed. Jumpy much? I asked. Just a little. Remember when we went in the old Spear place on a dare, 1946 or so, wasn't it? I remember. Old man Spear came back from Okinawa missing an eye and blew his head off in his parlor with a shotgun. It was the talk of the town. The house was supposed to be haunted, I said. We were, 13? I guess. We went in and picked up some stuff to show our friends we'd been there. I got a picture. Some old landscape I grabbed off the wall. What did you get? A fucking sofa cushion, he said and laughed. Talk about stupid. I thought of the Spear house because the way I felt then is how I feel now. No deer, no birds, no squirrels. Maybe that house wasn't haunted, but these woods. He shrugged and drank some of his beer. We could leave today. Those headlights will probably be okay. No, tomorrow. We'll pack up tonight, go to bed early, and leave at first light, if it suits you. Suits me fine. Things would have been very different for us if we trusted Nellie Bell's headlights. Sometimes I think we did. Sometimes I think there's a shadow Laird and a shadow Butch who led shadow lives. Shadow Butch never went to Seattle. Shadow Laird never wrote a novel, let alone a dozen of them. Those shadows were decent men who lived unremarkable, hollow lives. They ran the dump, They owned a hauling company. They did the town's business the way it should be done, which means so the books balance at town meeting in March, and there's less bitching from mossbacks who'd be happy to bring back the poor farm. Shadow Butch got married to some girl he met in a Lewiston bop joint and had a litter of shadow young'uns. I tell myself now it was good none of that happened. Butch told himself the same thing. I know, because we told each other when we talked on the phone or later via Skype or FaceTime. It was all good. Of course it was. We became famous. We became rich. Our dreams came true. Nothing wrong with those things. And if I ever have doubts about the shape of my life, doesn't everybody? Don't you?